From BBNBC headquarters in SF Bay Area, California, BBNBC presents the second biggest news network. You're watching The Weekly Late Show with Birdy Betts. You're watching The Weekly Late Show on BBNBC. I'm your host, Birdy Betts. BBNBC, of course, stands for the Birdy Betts National Broadcasting Company, the second biggest news network. Japan Coast Guard say they found a third sailor out of 43 sailors and 3,800 cows that went missing on a boat. And they decided to add an extra little tip, let's just say. They say the man was alive, walking, and talking when he was taken to the hospital. Wait a minute. If he was totally well, why did you take him to the hospital? The next thing we'll find out is that after they picked him up, he ran an Ironman. Why did you take him to the hospital? The last thing this man needs is COVID. And you took him to the hospital over a scratch? Japan has 669 COVID cases on Friday. That's a lot of cases. Not as many as here, 40,000, but that's still a lot. McDonald's decided to take legal action against an Australian burger chain, Big Jack, which they say is a, quote, Big Mac copycat. I thought McDonald's didn't care for our health. Well, I guess they do. When McDonald's found out that someone was copying their recipe, they were like, oh no, we can't let the public eat that. McDonald's, our meat is so bad, we don't even want another company to steal it. A poll done by Rambushan, something I probably didn't pronounce right, says that 52% of likely voters are going to vote for Trump when it comes November. I was shocked by this, but then I found out the detail that most of the polling was done out of this store. A man was shot and killed after trying to loot from a gun store in Texas. And the question I asked after that, who loots from a gun store in Texas? People there probably know how to use guns. If you're at a gun store, you probably know how to use a gun. It's literally in the name. They might shoot. Looting from a gun store with people inside of it is like trying to steal from a dojo with 10 black belts in session. Yeah, you're probably gonna get beat up. It just doesn't make any sense. Try stealing from a JCPenney. They're gonna close anyway, so there's nothing for them to lose. You know it's bad for the president when he's going after his only support.
Trump made disparaging comments about America's fallen troops, including calling U.S. Marines killed in World War I, quote, losers and suckers.
And Trump called America's fallen service members suckers and losers.
Of course, a former Trump administration official told me when the president spoke about the Vietnam War, he said it was a stupid war. Anyone who went was a sucker.
After Trump was accused of this in an article, he of course denied the claim. But then on Fox News that same day, Fox News went out of their way to prove that Trump actually did say this. That's like if McDonald's went out of their way to advertise to you the fact that they use extra antibiotics in their meat. For reference, this is what too much antibiotics looks like. Apple.
The number on my credit card is 0237 1221 0725
What are you doing? That was not only one of the worst ads I've ever seen in Apple campaigning history, and I've seen a lot of ads. But imagine if that was actually someone's credit card number. Like, imagine watching this at home and you're like, wait a minute, that's not right. Apple, we'll not only steal your personal information, but we're also gonna broadcast it on TV in 190 countries. Tucker explains why Silicon Valley is gonna support the Biden-Harris ticket. That's so strange. It's not like Silicon Valley is part of California. California has voted Democrat for the past 30 years. Why would they switch? They literally voted for Hillary. They're not gonna vote for Trump. Why is this a surprise to you? I'm so upset I have to explain this over and over again. What a revolutionary concept! Depending on when you're watching this, Labor Day is tomorrow. And a lot of health experts are currently worried about the fact that people will be gathering in large groups because of the holiday. Here to comment on the issue is our medical correspondent, Dr. Anthony Fauci, everybody! Fauci, does it raise any concerns for you that Labor Day could come with massive spreading of COVID-19? Yes, I think you're right. It's very dangerous. Yes, people are expecting an increase in cases over the next few weeks because of the Labor Day. So how are you planning on controlling, or at least attempting to control, the spread of COVID-19? Well, you know, people, they're gonna be partying, and we will do our best, but people, you can't force them to wear a mask. I wish I could, but I can't, so we'll do our best.
Fauci, keep it simple.
Trump, this is a one-on-one with Fauci. I would appreciate if you could come back later.
Hold on, Birdman. Fauci doesn't understand that we must honor our troops.
Trump, but calling them suckers isn't necessarily a way of honoring them. Alright, Trump, let me finish the interview. So, Fauci, when would you predict, the first vaccine to come?
Listen, it's coming from Russia.
What? Trump, have a seat.
Don't worry about me, I'm like a tiger, I'm comfortable.
Okay. Fauci, will COVID-19 be ending soon?
No, I am afraid it won't. Fauci, you're wrong.
I'm sorry?
You heard me, you're both very wrong. Fauci, listen, if he asks a good question like the reporters of the White House sometimes do, just give him a lie. Remember, he's a Democrat.
Trump, I'm on television and not about to lie. Alright, Fauci, what do you have to say to all of the conspiracy theorists? That they should watch the weekly late show on BBNBC. It's a great show with real great facts. Trump?
Yes, it's a great show. The more you put my tiny little face on television, the more views you'll get.
Fauci, back to COVID. I have one last question for you. Who are you rooting for in baseball? Well, here's the thing. People know me mostly as a Yankees fan. But you've convinced me that the Red Sox are a great team. And now I know that the Red Sox are in fact the best team in baseball. Alright, that's all the time we got. Dr. Anthony Fauci, everybody. Donald Trump, everybody. You're watching the Weekly Late Show on BBNBC. Good night, everybody.
I'm just gonna real quick tell you guys something. A little secret that I learned from Birdy Bets. If you like and subscribe, there'll be an endless supply of toilet paper delivered to your house. So make sure you subscribe.